guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Puma evoPOWER 1 in the latest pool green colorway. Now inside the box, all they include are the shoes themselves. You do not get any extras. So let me get these guys out of the box really quickly, and we'll take a closer look at the Puma evoPOWER 1. Now this, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated shoes out there on the market. I know a lot of people know that it's a good boot, but not many people actually give it a chance. Now in today's video, we're going to be going over all the tech specs and really everything you need to know regarding the fit, feel, and performance of the Puma evoPOWER 1. So if you're interested in this shoe, more specifically in this particular colorway, stick around and we're going to go over all of the details. So with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's quickly go over the latest colorway of the evoPOWER 1. Now the main color on this shoe is what Puma is calling pool green. And I have to say, it looks a lot different in person than I was honestly expecting, just based on the online stock photos that I've seen. Now, I would strongly recommend checking out the review page on my website and seeing the pictures that I took myself. There's going to be a link to that page down below in the description of this video, and that'll give you a better idea as to how exactly this color looks in person versus what you see online. Just to give you guys a side-by-side comparison, I have the hyper turquoise color of the Magista Obra, and this is kind of the color that it reminded me of. This is definitely a little bit more blue, whereas you guys can see this has a slightly more greenish tinge to it. It's kind of what I would describe as teal, but like I said, more leaning on the green side rather than blue, like you're going to find with this hyper turquoise color from Nike. So definitely a very interesting look. They are very vibrant, so if you're looking to stand out, this colorway is definitely going to do that for you. And you have it pretty much across the entire upper as well as on the sole plate. Now as far as accent colors, as you guys can see, you have the white Puma branding on both the lateral and medial side of the shoe, as well as a little oval cutout in the heel, being white in color as well. You're going to find your red accents in the form of the little detailing around the Puma branding, as well as the EverFit external cage here on the medial side. The heel lining and insole is also red in color, and then of course the tips of the studs are red with a little bit of navy blue kind of thrown in there as well. So overall, very interesting colorway. Not my cup of tea personally, but I know a lot of people like it. Leave your opinions on it down below in the comments. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance of the Puma evoPOWER 1. As far as performance is concerned, we're going to go over most of the details in today's video, but if you want all of the details, I'd strongly recommend checking out the full written review on my website. There's going to be a link to that down below in the description of this video, and I'll also leave an annotation on screen to my playtest video of the Puma evoPOWER 1 if you want to see these things in action. Now, what makes the evoPOWER 1 special is that it incorporates a lot of unique materials that at this point in time you can't find in any other shoe, and some very interesting concepts in terms of how this shoe moves with your foot and just feels overall. Now the upper is made from a synthetic material that is called Adaplite. You can see the branding right there, and it is extremely interesting and honestly one of the best thin synthetics currently out there on the market. Much better, in my opinion, than what you're going to find on the synthetic version of the EvoSpeed 1.3. Now, what's unique about Adaplite is that, one, it's very thin. You can see the side profile right there, but it also has this very slight plushness to it, which hopefully you guys can see when I push on it. It's thin, but like I said, it has that very slight amount of padding to the touch, which is very noticeable in terms of how comfortable these things feel and also the touch that they provide. They're thin, but like I said, with that little bit of something extra. It also is a one-way stretch synthetic, so it'll stretch vertically but not horizontally, meaning that it's going to be able to bend backwards with this special gradual stability frame sole plate, which we'll get into more in just a second. So it's very, very comfortable. It kind of stretches to the shape of your foot as soon as you put your foot inside, so pretty much no break-in time required. And again, it's soft, it's thin, it's flexible, and it's just one of the nicest synthetics currently out there on the market. Now on the rest of the upper, or kind of embedded in the upper I should say, you're going to find your AccuFoam padding. You can see the branding right there, and it is what is giving these little lumpy chunks inside of the upper. They're actually made from a thin piece of foam, little pieces all over here that kind of take up the main striking area of the foot. And the concept here is, one, that a thinner upper is going to allow for more power on your shot, which is why they've incorporated a thin Adaplite synthetic, whereas a little bit of extra padding is going to make your shot more accurate. Now, of course, that is going to be implemented by the AccuFoam, which adds that little bit of extra padding in this area of the foot. And this is more of a marketing thing from Puma as opposed to actual fact. No shoe is going to make your shot more powerful. No shoe is going to make your shot more accurate. But in terms of the sensation that this shoe provides while striking the ball, it really doesn't compare to anything else out there on the market. It's one of the most stimulating shoes, I would say, when it comes to hitting the ball. You feel absolutely everything, and there really is that nice sensation of power and responsiveness when striking in the evoPOWER 1. So as far as hitting the ball is concerned, it's really a fantastic experience, one of the best currently out there on the market in my opinion. Now you do have the off-centered lacing system, as you guys can see, the lower cut in the heel, this little kind of donut cutout where there's essentially no material there. They just have it there as a little visual thing and for durability, I suppose, but it's very, very flexible in pretty much all parts of the foot, which I really like. The tongue has these little memory foam inserts at the top and bottom to cut down on any kind of lace bite. So again, comfort is really above average with this particular shoe. It does have a nicely padded kind of textured synthetic leather heel lining there on the inside. The insole is fully removable. I'll give you guys a quick look at that. Mesh liner on top, made from a thin layer of this white foam, and then you get an extra thick layer of this perforated yellow foam inserted in the heel as well as in the forefoot and toe box. So again, step in comfort and just underfoot cushioning, especially at first, is really, really good with the evoPOWER 1. Now moving on to the sole plate, the third kind of thing that Puma is marketing with this particular shoe is the flexibility of it. Now, when you strike a ball barefoot and when you strike a ball in general, your toes curl back. So normally with a soccer shoe that has a stiff sole plate, it's going to restrict your foot from flexing back, whereas with this Adaplite one-way stretch synthetic upper, as well as this gradual stability frame, which as you guys can see, the sole plate is very thin, it's made from P-backs, it allows this shoe to flex backwards. So it gives you more of a natural sensation when striking the ball. It's thin with that little bit of extra padding, so you're kind of getting the best of everything in terms of what Puma considers to be the optimal kind of shooting boot, if you will. Really does feel good. It's a unique sensation. You're not going to feel it every time you strike the ball, but when you really hit it perfectly, you get that flex back sensation. And again, it just doesn't feel like any other shoe currently out there on the market. There's a little bit of a stiffener bar kind of running through the middle in the form of this little cross pattern. And as far as the stud pattern itself is concerned, it's really, really nice. You get your 4 bladed studs in the heel, 3 bladed studs in the forefoot, kind of in the main stability area where you would actually want them. And then these very long, fairly narrow profile conical studs in the forefoot right at the front for really optimal traction when pushing off as well as pivoting. So you're really getting a great stud pattern here. It's very, very aggressive and works extremely well just in terms of outright grip on firm natural grass playing surfaces. So again, it's just a really, really good shoe. It incorporates a lot of different elements that normally you would find on a variety of different styles of shoe as opposed to all in one. And that's arguably one of the most unique aspects of the evoPOWER 1, in that it's kind of a hybrid of power boots, control boots, as well as speed boots. Again, no shoe's going to enhance your ability to play, no shoe's going to enhance your performance, but in terms of a shoe that's going to provide a unique feel that you can't get from anything else out there on the market, the evoPOWER 1 is definitely a shoe that you should have on your radar. Like I just mentioned, the Puma evoPOWER 1 is somewhat of a hybrid in terms of the features that it combines. While the design of the shoe is mainly based around striking the ball, which generally would lead you to believe that the shoe is going to be a little bit heavier, a little bit more bulky. That's not actually the case here. The evoPOWER 1 is very, very light, which you guys are going to see in just a second. Now, please keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. We're going to throw it on the scale so you can see what it weighs in real time. And as you guys can see, it weighs in at 7.2 ounces, which is very, very light, on par with a lot of speed boots currently out there on the market. So again, if you're looking for a shoe that essentially has the best of everything, the evoPOWER 1 is definitely something that you should consider. It's lightweight, it's thin, it's extremely comfortable, and it offers a tremendous striking experience. What more could you possibly want? Alright, so here's a look at the Puma evoPOWER 1s on feet, and from right out of the box, like I mentioned earlier, this shoe is extremely comfortable. It just fits really, really well. The Adaplite synthetic is soft, it's flexible, it moves naturally with your foot, whether your foot is flexing forward or backwards. Now the flex of the shoe, just to give you guys a little bit of a look, it's not too significant. It takes quite a bit of effort to bend it backwards, but the fact is that you can actually bend it backwards. So again, it does have that very natural sensation when you're striking through the ball. And as far as comfort is concerned, thin synthetic shoes, it's definitely one of the best ones out there. In terms of the fit width-wise is going to be suitable for a wide variety of foot types. Even if you have slightly wider feet, these should still fit you just fine. What's unique about the evoPOWER 1 is, one, you're not going to get really much stretch out of the width on this shoe. The way it fits from right out of the box is more or less the way it's going to fit for its entire lifespan. And two, the shape of the shoe in the forefoot and toe box area. It's a little bit wider in the forefoot, and the toe box, as you guys can see, is not completely rounded. It has more of an anatomical shape, where it comes to a bit of a point at the big toe and then curves around naturally, kind of like the shape of an actual foot. Some people don't like this. I personally really like it. It's a signature thing of Puma, and it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really take any getting used to, in my opinion. But again, if it is something that you're afraid of, don't worry about it too much, because like I said, it actually does fit and feel very, very natural on your feet. And as long as you don't have really, really wide feet, this is a shoe that should fit you quite comfortably. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing a size 9.5 US, which is half a size larger than I normally wear. So these do run half a size small. If you are planning on ordering them, I went up from a 9 to a 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So again, if you're planning on ordering, I would strongly recommend going half a size up, which really isn't unusual for most top-end Puma shoes. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Puma evoPOWER 1. This is a shoe that I can't recommend more highly. It's absolutely fantastic when it comes to performance. It combines a lot of unique features that all work extremely well. It's extremely comfortable. I love how this shoe fits. The traction is great. The striking experience does not compare to anything else out there on the market. And if you're considering a pair of these, then I would really go for it. It is that good of a shoe. Again, if you guys want more details on the overall performance, check out the review page on my website. There's going to be a link to that down below in the description. You'll find the full written review. You'll find the high quality images that I took myself that'll give you a more accurate look at this pool green color. And you'll also find buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you can actually pick these guys up below their retail price. So be sure to go ahead and check that out if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, either in this colorway or any of the alternate colorways available in the evoPOWER 1. Again, that link is down below in the description. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions at all, leave those down below in the comment section. I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. That'd be greatly appreciated as well. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information down below in the description. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.